Hello there and welcome back to my library of games. My name is Alex, and last time on this channel we took a look at the 8 princes for Total War 3 Kingdoms. If you want to see that, then a link should be mooching around in the top right corner of this video. You do not need to see it for this video though, since Dynasty mode is an entirely new game mode for Total War 3 Kingdoms, which was released for free on the same date as the 8 Princes DLC. So what is Dynasty mode? Well, it's a new arcade game mode for 3 Kingdoms which allows you to pit 3 legendary characters against waves upon waves upon waves of enemy troops. You can recreate the Oath of the Peach Garden or forge unlikely alliances to battle the Horde. The more waves you survive and the quicker you defeat your foes, the more points you score for a chance to get your name in a place of prestige on the leaderboard. But before we get to that place of prestige, let's start at the beginning. Upon selecting Dynasty mode in the main menu, you'll receive a brief how-to guide of how you too can send your favourite legends of the 3 Kingdoms era on a massive killing spree. After you've swatted up, it's time to pick your 3 heroes. Like regular characters, your selection of heroes is split into 5 classes, but instead of the usual 5 classes we've come to know and love, we've got these new classes which are now known as Earth. These guys are your all-rounders and are capable of handling large amounts of units or single targets. They are also capable of using ranged attacks, but there is no field they particularly excel in. Metal. Again, these guys are capable of ranged damage, however their attacks and abilities are aimed more at damaging single targets, making them ideal for taking out enemy characters. Fire. These aggressive characters cannot attack from afar and instead focus on throwing themselves into the middle of the enemy army, which is where they are in a prime position to do mega damage. Their far spreading area damage is great for killing large armies quickly. Wood. Warriors of the Woods focus on supporting your melee abilities and can unlock abilities designed to buff their allies and, more importantly, keep them alive. They can still hold their own in combat too, if not as well, but like fire characters, they cannot use ranged attacks. Water. Just like the strategists in the campaign, these guys have a tendency to die very quickly when engaging in melee combat. However, water heroes focus on debuffing the enemy, supporting your ranged attacks, while also dealing heavy ranged damage themselves if you can line it up properly. They too are also capable of unlocking healing abilities in order to keep you in the game for longer. Once you've assembled your dream team, you can quickly pick the unit sizes you want to face, which depends on how much punishment your PC can handle. But if your rig is feeling up to it, I personally recommend maxing the unit sizes out to maximum for maximum challenge and maximum spectacle. The health of your characters will also scale up appropriately with increased unit sizes, meaning the mode remains balanced and fun. You can choose from 3 maps, though to be honest, out of the 3 available maps, only the Yuzhu map really stood out to me as interesting due to its use of hills. The other maps were okay, but didn't really stick in my memory as well as Yuzhu. Maybe some better maps will come out in the future with features such as cliffs, rivers or choke points to enhance the strategy of this game mode. Speaking of strategy, let's look at how Dynasty mode plays out on a battlefield map. Your 3 heroes will initially start out fighting off a few mobs of peasants just to ease you into the game. This is the best opportunity to give your abilities a quick test drive so you can learn somewhat finicky controls and how to target your abilities. Once you beat up the peasants, you'll be on to wave 2, where you'll face off against actual soldiers of varying classes. Pretty much every unit from the game will be out to get you, apart from the unique units available to the 8 princes factions, who they themselves are notably absent from the hero roster, which I find a tad disappointing. Anyway, the soldiers of the enemy will die in one hit regardless of what armor they are wearing, but while that means your heroes could happily cleave away at the enemy masses with their swords, spears, bows, and special abilities, that does not make this mode a walkover by any means. Missile troops can become deadly firing squads if left unattended. Cavalry will be a constant harassment to keep you from retreating, and infantry units can cause big headaches for your heroes if they manage to bog you down. You'll have to quickly analyse what's coming your way and prioritise which units to target first and who you'll send in to do the dirty work. Sometimes you'll profit more by dividing your resources, and other times it'll be best to make your stand side by side. Just keep in mind that while your heroes may have perfect vigour and practically infinite ammo, they will take damage at pretty much the same rate as they would in a normal custom or campaign battle, and health doesn't regenerate, which mixed in with a dose of permadeath means you can't just charge in all guns, all swords blazing. Every third wave as well is your challenge wave, where you can earn some bigger bonuses. And while you'll be dealing with more enemy units, you'll also be dealing with enemy heroes who have come out to take you out, or for some reason it might just be clones of your heroes, which, yeah, that was a bit weird, having Cao Cao fight himself, but okay. Enemy heroes do have the ability to just completely ruin your track record on this game mode, but annoyingly, your heroes cannot duel the enemy heroes when they emerge on the battlefield. And this is both a good and a bad thing. It's bad because watching generals battle each other in a non-duel scenario is a bit of a farce, really, as they seem to really struggle to land blows on each other when both fighting on horseback. And when one does land a hit, it cleaves huge chunks of health off your hero, unlike the more balanced way in which duels deal damage. But the good part is, as more and more hostile characters spawn in as you go further up the round ranking, it means you're not getting bogged down all the time in duels that are tying up your characters when they are needed elsewhere. And while these waves are seeking to bring your heroes down, your survival chances can be improved with an array of upgrades you can purchase at the end of every round for varying prices. Each hero will have 1 upgrade point per round, and the bonus upgrade points will be awarded every third round. What upgrade you buy is entirely up to you. There is no set skill tree to follow this time, and it's in this between round screen where you can spend 1 of your upgrade points to fully heal a character, meaning you will find yourself choosing between a permanent upgrade or keeping your hero in tip-top healthy shape. Does the upgrade strategy really add a layer of strategy though? Well, sort of, maybe, not really. Sadly, I wasn't feeling it. If anything, I found my most effective strategy was just to spam special attacks and run away as soon as the enemy got close to me, which worked since the AI of enemy archers and enemy units in general just seems to be a little off, and enemy archers especially are a bit dozy, as they just won't open fire until they're basically at point blank range of your hero. A lot of the upgrades didn't really do a lot for me apart from the healing buffs, naturally, and the super duper abilities. But apart from having that strategy of do I save my point, do I spend my point, no, it wasn't really there for me. And also, why is this a single player mode? A mode like this is actually just crying out to be multiplayer, as that's where I can really see the good times flowing in Dynasty mode, as this feels more like a co-op game mode than a single player affair. I mean, come on CA, it's time for Total War Left 4 Dead in ancient China. In conclusion, Dynasty mode is more of a spectacle mode, something mindless in a game which often demands a lot of strategic thinking. It's not a game mode for me, and while I appreciate the spectacle and how you could grab a good screenshot or two or make a little machinima of Liu Bei owning 10,000 men, Dynasty mode is little more than a quick game mode to let your hair down when you want some mindless fun, but to be honest, I have better outlets for my mind's destruction than this. Still, it is free, so if I'm honest, if I was given the option to pay money for this, I don't think I'd be handing over my cash. Thank you again for watching this video on Dynasty mode. I know my upload schedules are a bit weird and I don't really upload a lot, and I've only done like 2 videos very close together, but we're pretty much back to a slow phase now. I'll be going away for a bit now to do studying and to record my next big review, and I've also got a big project coming up, but until then, goodbye my friends.